Oh, is this thing on? Okay, it must be ready. The time must be right for Libra. Hello, Libra. How are you all doing? I wish you all the most excellent and awesome of adventures and travels. I'm back from vacation, and I'm happy to be here with you. I want to thank you all for your support. Libra, it's been overwhelming the amount of support you guys have shown this little YouTube channel. And I profess to every sign, I've got 37, after 6 months, I've got 3,700 of the world's most intelligent subscribers. So thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm changing up the format a little bit. We're going to be doing a mundane reading, just a quick, like, you know, just let the tarot lay it out like it is. Like, anyone with a tarot deck that knows what the cards mean could give the reading, kind of reading. You know, that's kind of what we're going for. In that, we're going to do a Celtic cross. We're going to do that one first. And then the second half of the video is going to be for people that are in an awakening process, bit of an ascension process where there's going to be some deeper meanings and some oracle cards coming out for that one, okay? So Libra, that's my intention. I want to wish you all the best as always, and thanks for joining me in this moment in space and time, because that's how it works. We exist in one moment in space of time. The messages come through. I got a mouth, you got some ears. The tarot is like the main circuit board to the whole matrix, and I love tarot because it keeps it so fluid. It's, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, even if you watch people that like give like the newest downloads or the ascension advice, it's like it's old rehash information to the point where it's like they've got it like they have to pretend it comes from aliens now just so that, you know, people will buy it even more. And I like the tarot because it's fluid. You could do a reading each and every day. You could do one every week. You know, astrology is the same kind of thing, right? We're always hurling through the universe at X million miles an hour, but it kind of gets to that point where it's like it's the same old, right? It's like so that's what, again, why I just like I want to express my love for tarot. I know why I had to do it there for you, Libra. All right, I said they'd be quick, but we got all the cards out. Some came face up, some came face down. I do it how I do it. Don't give me any flack for the way the cards come out. Don't be afraid of reversals, okay? That's how we're going to do it in an old Celtic cross. In a quick mundane reading. Here you are. Whatever the inquiry, the querent, the attention, you've got Ace of Swords here. Some of you are seeking out the truth about a situation, profound knowledge. Some of you are hoping to find an answer to something that you've long or short term been questioning. The Ace of Swords is like a revelation of sorts, and as well it's inspiring thought. It's kind of like a simple shift in thinking for some people will give Ace of Swords energy where it's like, oh, I've never looked at it from that way before. Or like something's presented to you where it's inspiring new thought. Or an answer to like some sort of question is coming your way. Okay, but this is you. So you guys, I feel, are going to be like almost like wearing your heart on your sleeve. Like, you don't be surprised if you find yourself in situations where you're like blurting out the truth about something where someone was like hoping you'd be a little bit more discreet. All right, you are kind of like a beacon of truth here, Libra, in this month, I feel. Or are people going to be relying on you to be very authentic, somebody that can be trusted? Okay, that's that. All right. All right, the challenge this month of September, you've got the Four of Cups. So this could be just kind of like staying active, keeping your head in the game, and not being too complacent. It's almost like I see you guys like full of vibrancy and activity, but this Four of Cups is saying like, don't be afraid to like be with yourself. Don't be afraid to embrace that side of yourself in solitude, like getting into the gap, turning the tech off, you know, just like closing the door to your home or to your room, where it's like maybe there's certain situations for some of you, I feel, where it's just like you need to get in touch with yourself a little bit more and define for yourself how you do feel in the times where you are asked to sort of be with yourself, so to speak. Okay, let's look at what's crowning this situation. We've got Page of Pentacles reverse here. Page of Pentacles coming in from the crown. Some of you are going to be worried about money this time. I feel this is for younger people that are worried about sort of how financially stable they are at present time. This as well could be delayed messages that are coming in regarding money. Some of you could be waiting on news regarding paychecks or checks of some certain nature that just hasn't come. As well, some of you may find that you're like cleaning out estates or kind of knickknacks. What I'm seeing here is like estate sales for some people, as well as the situations where valuations of property and home are at hand for Libra, okay? What you're bringing forward from the past, you've got Queen of Wands reversed. So this is a fire sign. This is a Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. That somebody you're dealing with or you have just finished dealing with, and this person was a bit of a nasty nettle in your, this is somebody that you didn't see eye to eye with. The Queen of Wands here is a situation where you may have butted heads with this person, or they kind of maybe gave you an ultimatum, I feel. And this is something that's making you question what your next move is, where you are to go next. It's a situation where this could be somebody that you're having to deal with, you're having to explain something to, or you're having to maybe even just duck and dodge this person, whatever that may be. If this is your significant other, this may be a good time just to let them be and to have some time to themselves and some time to yourself. We're crossed with this challenge of the Four of Cups. So maybe some of you are dealing with situations where you're learning in a relationship how much space is appropriate to give the other partner and where those lines are. All right. The foundation is the Queen of Pentacles reversed again. So yeah, definitely worried about money. Some of you, I think, would like to maybe move out of your parents' house or move out of a situation with roommates, gain a little bit more independence. But it's just been a struggle maybe to make ends meet, or a struggle to make sure that you can have all the necessities of life ready to move forward. Or there's a strong desire for, bigger ticket items, or for a home, or something like that, where it's like you just can't quite get there. You're desiring, or some people may be living beyond their means. Watch your lines of credit. Watch your situations where if you are borrowing this money, make sure that you're set up in a work or some sort of situation where you are able to pay it back. There's some worry, I feel, considering surrounding money for this sign at this time. All right, Libra? Now, into the near future, you've got the Four of Swords. And another 4 here. It's time to take a break. It's time to take a rest. I see you guys in the month of September maybe just slowing things down a little bit. Maybe not getting out of some social arrangements and situations where you might just be telling groups of friends, you're like, no, I'm just going to lay low, just going to take it easy, just going to kick it, Netflix and chill. Or if you got somebody romantically involved, that's awesome. But if you're by yourself, which I feel a lot of you connecting with this reading from a single point of view, it's kind of like this is a month of learning to be with yourself and learning to be okay in being by yourself. You're an air sign. Traditionally, you need somebody to bounce your thoughts off of, somebody to talk to, and somebody to listen to keep that mind busy, where it's like getting into the gap can be tough for you guys. So, but there's good protection here. Wherever you are, I don't see you needing, even though it might be arduous at times with this card, you kind of need to hold your ground to like sort of stay where you are for security reasons right now at this point of time, okay? What's coming through in the environment is Three of Pentacles. So maybe you're not working well together with the roommates or your family members at this time as well. For those of you looking at a situation, work situation, maybe there's an earning potential thing here where if you could just like branch out on your own, or if you could just get out from underneath somebody else's wing, there would be a situation where you could kind of like prosper on your own. But right now, you're having to take direction. You're having to do things somebody else's way. And I feel that strongly for you in your environment at this time, Libra. All right? Now, let's look up at, so we got best path to follow. Right? That's been so long since I've done Celtic crosses, you guys. It's out of control. I got Six of Swords in the reverse. So, this is asking you to make the best of your situation, to bring peace to yourself, and maybe to like it's almost like you're better off being at peace than being right in certain situations. If you are arguing with a fire sign at this time, or if you have an earth-based parent or somebody that you rely upon, that it's maybe this is somebody that's funding you, but you have to do things their way. It's almost like don't cause any confrontation at this time. This is best to just like let sleeping dogs lie. You don't want to rowl a bee's nest, sort of, so to speak, with this Six of Swords up reverse in your best path to follow. You just want to let it chill. You just want to let that soup simmer and just like know that your time will come. Be patient here in this situation. Save your pennies, save your nickels. Don't reveal too much of how much you got. Save that money for that rainy day or for that eventual move out, and don't worry too much about it. Because your hopes and your fears is a tower. Some of you are afraid like maybe you'll never get out of this situation, or maybe you feel like you're going to be stuck with this roommate or this situation forever, or in this maybe this shitty job forever. Or the tower is like there's a fear or there's a hope to move, or for whatever has been establishment to crumble so that you can start anew. I get a sense of old cycles are ready to fall. Old cycles are ready to come crashing down. Now, with this tower here, it's not for good or for ill. It just is like it's in a very subtle state. It hasn't happened yet because this is in your thought form. So when you have this tower here, it's kind of like if you're looking for independence out from a work or a home life situation, start working with it. Control the little things that you can do, and eventually it will add up to a big thing where you will be able to make that move. But for now, it's like you're just gathering resources and you're just collecting yourself, and you're learning to be in full acceptance of what this situation is. And once you almost give into it, then that old door opens and you're able to move forward and go through. Okay? Like I said, this is just a Monday reading. Wow. And the overall outcome, if things don't change, there's romance on the horizon for you guys. If you just kind of stay your course, if you just kind of stay mellow and keep it where you're at, there's great promise for like new romantic connections, maybe some wow wow. And as well, there could be great, we're taking this Three of Pentacles and turning it into Two of Cups, which is great. It means that you're going from a situation where you're not working well with someone to working like perfectly hand in hand with somebody else or somebody new. So like I said, this is the outcome if things don't change. And this is a very good card, Two of Cups. And what these cards are indicating is like your best course here with these double fours and this 6 reverse is not to go out and do anything crazy. Just chill. Just let it be. Let this person have their cake and have their day and think that they're right? Whether it's this air sign or this earth sign, you just have to put up with all their BS for a little while. Just remember, you can close your bedroom door. You can get out of it for a little bit. And, when you have to deal with them, just kind of grit your teeth and bear it, okay? So that's that. That's the mundane. That's the nitty-gritty of tarot. Now we're getting on to my favorite part. For those of you that are awakening, for those of you that are like, yeah, this is where it's at, right? And that's why I wanted to divide these readings into two, because it's like a lot of people just come for the nitty-gritty. But then there's those of you that truly enjoy this part too. So for your wisdom this month, you guys have drawn card number 23, peace. And that's really good. So we said it. It's better to be at peace than be right. This is a nugget of wisdom for you. Make peace with the people that maybe they get on your nerves, or maybe they cause you to like get riled up, or you just maybe can't stand them, but you're forced to deal with them. Peace is a situation where you kind of calmly have to just observe them and just like nod along, be like, okay, it is the way you say it is. If you think your personal truth is everybody's truth, then you go ahead and we'll all laugh at you later. The truth is relative. So when you have these arguments and these disagreements, it's almost asking you to be the silent witness, okay? You want to be at peace with yourself. You want to be at peace with other people. Sometimes what that requires, it's not like an old like monk like vow of silence. You don't have to take that, right? You can certainly voice your opinion. That was quick, too quick. You can voice your opinion, right, from time to time. But it's better just like if you've been in a situation where it's like beating your head against the wall, just accept the fact that that other person is maybe ignorant, or they might be belligerent in their viewpoints or their understandings, and it's not worth it. It's not worth your energy, right? Be at peace. Be at peace. All right. And you guys, for your direction, it says making a choice. Now, when I see choices, when I see twos in tarot, and when I see this card making a choice, the two paths, always with me as a reader, and you came here, we're in this moment, space and time, is a path of action or inaction, right? The mundane talked about kind of taking it easy and not making a move. But eventually there is a choice that's going to come on your horizon. So in order to make the best choice, we need to be at one with what we want our future to be, with our peace, our happiness in mind, and that will help us with the direction. So in this case, the wisdom is helping with the direction, and the direction is knowing. We have that Tower card here. The direction is knowing that there is a larger change that's going to happen, and it's going to force a choice. So we're going to look to this deck to get to look at the chakras like we've been doing for the earlier part of the year. My subscribers know, to just get a little bit more insight on what this is all about, right? That's what we want to know. And these chakra spreads will go through the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. And it's going to be awesome if we can get some cards out here. I have a tough time being like chatty because I know you come here for the hardcore information. But I can take this time once again to thank you so much for your likes and shares, and especially your comments. It means so much to me, Libra. As well, I want to let you guys know, if you're born on a cusp or near a cusp, usually a day or two, you can check out my cusp readings as well. We're bringing forward the oracle cards from these monthlies. We're bringing forward the oracle cards from the monthlies, and we are doing cusp readings. By we, I mean me and you. We're looking at the cusp readings so that, you know, those people don't get left out, because there's an additional message. It must be difficult. I'm not a cusp baby to be born between two signs, but we want to know, Libra, what is going on for those that have awakened. So far, we've got Journey, we've got 3 of water, and we've got a 5 of water here. So looking like an emotional type thing. You've got Journey in your root chakra here. You guys are restless, I feel. You want to get out. You want to get moving. You want to see more. It's almost like more culture, more worldly adventure is needed, but like it seems like it's a little bit limited. You guys are kind of at the start. But here, look, I just noticed that. Look at this. See the 2 doors in this one where he's like making a choice? These are the 2 doors that he's come back out from right now. So what this is telling me, it's like right now, no matter what you decide, without any kind of fundamental or profound new understanding, whatever you choose, it's almost like leading you back to the path that you're on. So be very careful this time about going out on like a big limb or taking big risks at this time, okay? That's just that feeling I have, and it's like, it's funny how well like the pictures can intuit through these cards, okay? Now, this journey up in your grounding situation, this could speak to a lot of things, all right? This as well, we mentioned it earlier. Account for your resources. Take your time to save up your energy, save up your time, save up your money, and do what you want to do to live the best life you can. If you're in an awakening process, of course you're going to feel restless in a 9-to-5 job or something where you're just doing the same old 3D from day to day, right? Now, I've already got this up here because some of them come face up now. We're using all flippers and poppers in the reading. You've got a 5 of Pentacles straight up. So there is money situation. There is a lack mentality going on. You need to be able to see the blessings in your life at this time so that you can move forward and that you can have more. Be willing to accept what you perceive as less so that eventually you can call it more. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels. I'm picturing a hot rod just doing a fat brake stand right now, where it's just like you're not going anywhere and you're wasting a ton of energy and rubber, right? That's all I see going on here. So with this heart, if you're feeling lack in your heart, Libra, we got to try not to do that. We got to see this little fruit bowl. We got to see it as like the small things in life being so fulfilling. What we got right now is more than most people probably would love to have. And if it's a lack mentality, it almost means we might be failing to see the beauty around us. And that's going to make you guys feel either choked at me or very there's a welling up inside, almost like some of you know you need to look at it, you know you need to face it. You have beautiful friends, beautiful connections, beautiful family members, and if not, this card is saying we need to get in touch with ourselves. If we're not understanding and comfortable with a relationship with ourselves, all other friendships and relationships could end up being uninspiring, because we need to be able to put in. We can't just take, right? And there's this fine, like this balance that I'm feeling here through these lower chakras of like setting your feelings straight, being okay with yourself, and like almost like getting healthy again, being grateful for the fact that you can see, you can breathe, you have 10 fingers and 10 toes, if you don't count thumbs, right? Those sort of things. If you don't, I'm very sorry. I know that it's like everybody has their own journey, and I use a lot of generalizations through what I'm describing as like everyday blessings, all right? So, but I do realize that that is out there. So the feeling, you have to get in touch with how you feel about the blessings that you already have, is a feeling I have. And we need to get out of this lack mentality. All right. Now, for the heart chakras, we've been pulling a clarifier because, you know, we could talk on it for days and not get deeper. So what's going on here? Yeah, just see this lack mentality. Some of you feeling like you're being taken for granted, or you might be something's been taken from you, or you deserve more than what you've gotten in, and your goals might be a little bit too lofty at this time. It might be time to reassess your goals and build up from a more solid foundation, rather from one of just like that might be based on pure just like want. See all the food that's coming in here, right? We can feed ourselves, right? But until we start feeding our spirit and feeding our heart with the bliss that comes from just being alive, it's tough to attain these lofty goals. It's tough to like leap ahead too far in terms of our awakening, our ascension, until we've taken care of this journey of our root chakra. And this root chakra is definitely a journey. This kind of stuff doesn't happen overnight. This is the kind of thing where it's like spiritual techniques such as meditation, prayer, and conversing with your angels can help you along the inner journey before we see these reflections coming in. Because the feeling I have is with where you're at is here with this food is it's like ascension is like somehow combined with like material or consumable things, right? There's that distinction between 3D and 5D in that reality. And I feel like a lot of you are just kind of finding yourself in between that. Who am I? Who are these people in my life? Why are they here? Why am I here? Those kinds of questions are coming through at this time, Libra. And that's perfect. That's where you want to be. You want to know the reasons why, and you want to do this inner journey. You want to find out. Start with friends. Bounce ideas off them. If you have some good friends, get into these deeper conversations with them if they're willing to, and be open to the messages that are coming in, right? See all these little fishies? They're coming to like tell this mermaid that they're there, like, we're here for you, but she's just not seeing it. She's so focused on something abstract or obtuse that she's failing to see all of the beauty around her, right? And there's a friend here. This is somebody you collaborate with or you create with, is a friend that's trying to see into this and help you with, and has already been there, done that, because now, see, like through her, the fish have already helped you out. And then 3 of water is the friendship card, right? So take heed of that. Make some new friends if need be, or rely upon old ones that are helping you out. Okay, communication. Now we've got the 4 of water, and this showed up in the challenge in the mundane reading, okay? So maybe we just need to talk about it. Maybe we need a little bit of self-affirmation. And that's exactly what this guy's doing. He's looking in the mirror and seeing which version of himself he's content with and which version of himself makes him, feel like his self-esteem or his level of self-worth isn't where it's at, right? So this is self-affirmation. Some of you might just need to tell yourself that you're worthy of love, that you're feeling beautiful, you're worthy of success while you do this inner journey, right? And it's not going to come until there's that point where it's like you are content with self, right? And it's not a selfish thing to do it. It doesn't have to happen in front of a mirror. You can do it as you lay down, as you talk to your angels. But there has to be this level of acceptance of being okay to be by yourself and to be yourself. Okay, Libra, that's the feeling. And you've got to communicate it to yourself, too. It's like people will say, well, it's crazy to talk to yourself, right? And people don't express emotions anymore these days, right? And it's like people will always look down on you. But, you close your bedroom door, you get all of this inner work done. It's like not like dark night of the soul stuff, but this is like inner emotional work that needs to happen. And maybe if you only have an apple a day to eat, or maybe your finances aren't going so well, it's like you can really find joy in being in the stillness with yourself, and it's almost like you won't even want all that material crap that maybe your friends are all toting around or your old friends did or whatever that might be, okay? Now, up in third eye, you've got the Sage, and the Sage is reversed here in this situation. And what I can glean from this card is that there is potential for growth. There's potential for growth that's not being realized. Some of you may be just so caught up right now in responsibility that some of these finer spiritual things might feel like unattainable, or you might be saying to yourself as you're receiving this reading, I've done that. I've been there. I've tried that. This is nothing new. I'm already advanced. The Sage is just kind of saying, when we start thinking down those sorts of lines, it's like that's coming from a place of ego. You are always at a choice. There is always a choice about where you are. And if it's like a humble place, if it's coming from a true, authentic, quiet, silent witness type place, then it's correct. But if it's like coming sort of direct and angulated as of like, or judgmental of like, yes, no, that kind of thing, you'll have to be very wary of what you're letting in or what you're dismissing too quickly, potentially at present time. And this is like almost like belief type stuff, or what you've lost faith in, or maybe there's been a little bit of a loss of hope. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, Libra, but these are the hardcore things like that we're looking at. All right, in from Crown though. Not so bad though. Hey, look at this. This is like somebody that is offering you bliss through experience. This is like when you collaborate in your mind of your memories and everything that's occurred to you up until this particular moment in space and time. Has it really been that shitty? Has it really been so good that you feel like you can't do any better, or you can't have what you want because, you feel like, well, maybe you've come to a place where you've done all that. You've raised some children, or you've already feel like the love of your life or your soulmate could have come and gone, and emotionally you're feeling a little bit despondent or a little bit dropped or stuck on an idea that has come from the past, and you're unwilling to see yourself, the future version of yourself, right? There's been a disconnect, I feel, from higher self, but the higher self is telling you that it's here for you, and it's coming through inner work, and it's good that we're going to have to be like going through some memories and figuring out what it is we can glean from experience, from memory, while we're doing this inner work, okay? And then that way, the future, the work that you're doing in this root chakra with the food and with all of that stuff, it's going to seem a lot easier. It's going to seem a lot better, especially if you don't have like big bucks to spend right now. Your health is your wealth, and your wealth is perceived through experience and not these material things. For some of you, this is old hash information that I told you. I don't like rehashing information, but I feel that this reading, there were a lot of younger viewers that may have tuned in here, and as always, when you come to this channel, know that the messages come through for those that need the healing the most, okay? If you're here to tell you that your ex came back or that you're going to get a promotion, go to another reader. This is for inner work and healing only, okay? And that's what I've got for you at present time. We're going to do one more Lenormand card for a best path to follow. I did that for Virgo. Libra, it's always my pleasure to read for you. I'm sorry, like, we got into these sort of heavier ends of this stuff. Like, I guess I'm not sorry. I just got to tell it like it is. We can't sugarcoat this shit, right? We got to make sure that's strong. Okay, what is that? Your anchor is up, you've been swept away. Your boat is afloat out in the moat, and you're just trying to get to the castle, right? So, to some security, I feel, right? But we got to reattach this anchor to the boat, otherwise we can't get this grounding work done. Root chakra, you guys, the month of September, let's get into it. The color red, Mondays, those kinds of things, we want to Make sure that we are grounded in our foundation and that we feel okay with who we are and what we have at this present moment in space and time, and ground it down in there. And then those small steps forward can occur. All right? Get the anchor attached back to the boat. Look at all this emotion. Look at all this water. There's a lot of it, okay? So there's going to be heavy-duty feelings attached to a lot of it, but if you do the work, you guys are going to come out on top, right? There's peace to be had, and then the choice that you will need to make will become much clearer. All right, Libra, know that I love you all, and we'll see you next time.